for this. I have these proof copies, and I'm like, I'm just going to grab one from this. But I had actually for 2 volumes, because this is volume 2, and yes, there's another shot of Chicago, because most of the things are from Chicago shows. But it shows me flying over Chicago, because I actually left, and I had some Austin shows, stuff including pieces from the last performance at the Baha'i Faith Center, and stuff like that. So I have these, and actually, Tom, I have a proof of a book that I am doing based on the first book you ever gave me about coordinating life events with poetry, and I have excerpts of things, and I'd like to share that with you because they're all in proof stage. But anyway, I'm going to read you 3. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
No, you can't talk too much. Poetry.
This first one is called Gary's Blind Date. A friend of mine had a roommate named Gary, and Gary was a man who was always down on his luck. So, on one particular occasion, after Gary had a dating dry spell, my friend decided to set Gary up on a blind date. Now, he said, "This girl's beautiful, she's funny, she'll think she's great, trust me, pick her up Friday night." And Friday came, and Gary, feeling more and more apprehensive, said, "But I'm not feeling well, I've been sick all week." And my friend said, "Now, I don't want to hear any excuses. You're going." So Gary got ready for his blind date, and he drove over to the girl's house. The girl lived with her parents, so when Gary rang the doorbell, the girl's mother answered. "Oh, you must be Gary. Please, come in," she said. Once Gary got into the house, Mother said, "My daughter's still getting ready. Would you like to wait?" And Gary, still not feeling well, asked where the washroom was, and she directed him to the newly remodeled bath basement. Gary walked into his brand new bathroom, new fixtures, thick, white, wall-to-wall carpeting. Gary sat down on his throne, his new ivory throne, still sick, but when he looked over, there was no toilet paper. He couldn't just stand up, he thought. This isn't a regular trip to the bathroom. I needed something to clean myself off with. He couldn't use a towel, so he took off his pants and used his underwear. But he couldn't leave the underwear in this small open trash can in the corner of this newly remodeled bathroom, he thought. So he dropped them in the toilets and flushed, which caused the toilet to overflow, causing this newly remodeled bathroom to look less than new. So here was Gary's dilemma. He had left his underwear in the toilet and defiled his family's brand new bathroom, all without ever getting the chance to introduce himself to his date. What are his options? What are his options? So he did the only thing he thought he could do in this situation. He climbed out the small bathroom window and drove home. When he arrived at the apartment so early from the date, the roommate had to ask. And after that, he never set Gary up on a blind date again. This one was actually done at a library that was 5 blocks from the house I grew up in. But this is a fun one, for me at least, called Scratch the Surface. You don't have to pull out the book for men to know how men degrade the weaker sex, or even assault women with the English language. Hey, they've even tried to make it sound nice. Think of it as a compliment to call us a honey, a fox, a pumpkin, their cougar, or even a hot chick. But if calling us food or animals is too degrading, I can still be your babe. I can still be your girl. I mean, calling us less than an adult can still degrade us. But I get furious when I'm wearing a tank top, you know, because it's hot outside, and a semi or a truck honks their horn. I mean, do they think honking their horn is a compliment, or are they just busy blowing their horns to try to show off their big rig? I thought the book for men covered all the bases, even with sex terms men use: banging, hammering, nailing, screwing, or scoring. But I was in a car because it was warm, I was wearing a tank top. Again, a truck driver's sexual fantasy. And I got honked at by a semi-driver while sitting in the car going down the highway. And that's when I heard one more term for women: Someone informed me that after truck horn blares, the truck driver will radio ahead to other semis and tell them of the make, model, and color of a car with a good-looking seat cover. Wow, a seat cover. Thanks. Now we're reduced to good-looking upholstery, something that you keep around to sit on. But we can't stay pretty, and after you've kept us down for years, you've got to come up with something prettier to replace us. So, as I sit in this car covering myself up whenever I'm near a truck, I think about the book for men, with jokes objectifying women or reminding us of a bush, a slit, a crack, a box, a hole, or a farm implement like a hoe. But I'm telling you, baby doll, even as though that handbook was thorough as it might have seemed, it doesn't even scratch the surface. It doesn't even scratch the surface. My very doctor teacher. And it's called Letting Ourselves Go. I hear that in France, they have a National Music Day where everybody sings, and it doesn't really matter if it's not all in tune. Not that I'm all for France or anything, but we could learn from that. We could use this kind of a good idea here because everyone would just be able to let go. I mean, just allow themselves to sing. I'm here not. Hum a tune. Music is supposed to make us happy, and we're filled with so much that takes away our happiness. If people sing, I'm probably the first that would be a stickler and call somebody off key. The stickler, by definition, someone who insists on something unyieldingly. We've all been taught these rules. We're taught when we're little that if we're not good at something, we just can't do it. And we close ourselves off to letting ourselves go. I mean, think of it. Have a National Music Day where everyone sings and it doesn't really matter if it's not all in tune. It's just letting ourselves go, hearing the rhythm, and enjoying the music.